say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Great to hear Skylar Cole singing the national anthem before today's contest. Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With our analysts Brent Barry and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, along with reporter Allie LaForce. Now we get a chance to check some stats for him.
Over the past 5 games, his assist totals have been slipping. He and his teammates just don't seem to be clicking right now. Hopefully that's something he can correct tonight.
All right, checking out Golden State's opening lineup. We've got Michael Porter, and it's Huff in at the 5. And for Brooklyn, Murray out there with Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Henderson, and it's Wells in at the point guard position. Now that we're around the midway point of the season, Brent, what's something we should keep our eye on?
I think watching teams BA that had expectations of making deep runs, are they happy with their roster? And the other ones are, which of the teams are really close that are going to make decisions in terms of their front office to maybe make a roster change that puts them in a position they weren't expecting a few months ago.
And he makes a first. You know, not too many teams have the stability at head coach as the Warriors have had, Brent.
Well, I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity he has with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with.
Here's Peterson. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
That's unblockable unless they can get a bigger man on him. Gotta learn your lesson.
Pass to Huff. Outside, Brown. Now Porter, the 3-ball. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Peterson. He's guarded by Porter. To the inside. It's tipped. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And he drives in. And then Porter with the dunk.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Now here's Claxton. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game. Here's Murray. And he banks in the layup.
One thing you could say about Murray, he is efficient.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Pass to Huff. Now here's Brown. Porter with it. 6 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. The shot by Podziemski, no good. Here's Wells. He's guarded by Porter. 18 feet out. Great D that time from Porter. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Pass to Porter. Fast break, Brooklyn. Got a piece of it, and they'll get another chance. Claxton passes to Wells. Second chance effort. In transition, here come the Warriors. Now here's Porter. 5 points in the game. And then Porter with the dunk.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, B.A.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Henderson against Porter. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Michael Porter Jr., just one of those guys that has a versatile scoring menu, terrific at executing at all 3 levels.
He's got his first free throws of the night right here. The first one falls. So the Nets making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. Porter hits them both.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. And as we continue through January, here are the latest power rankings. You take a look at the Lakers. They slipped a bit. Still in the top 10, though.
I think for the Warriors, they haven't looked like themselves lately. They're in a rut and are desperately trying to get out of it, wanting to get back to the team they were.
Catching the lead pass at full speed, terrific anticipation, and the delivery on time, on target.
Now here's Porter, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Here's the pick. Shot clock at 6. Here's Porter. Rejected by Claxton. And here's the fast break. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
When it's Murray pounding the ball inside, good things can happen.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That one's off. And he's good on the second. And so it's Golden State with it. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Brooklyn this season.
Last year, they made easy work of this club, sweeping the 2-game season series.
Sort of representative of how they each finished the season. One a playoff team, the other on the outside looking in. I think things may play out the same way this year, too.
Now here's Thomas. 23 points his last outing. Puts it up from 15. Porter with the steal. It's a one-on-one situation. From the arc. Sinks the tray. Podziemski's got 5 points.
Their guards have carried the offensive load. With the way they perform, they've got the green light to shoot whenever there's an opening.
Thomas with the ball. Defended by Podziemski. Thomas misses.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Outside Porter. There's the drive. Let's go with a 3. And it's Thomas with the rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Porter with the steal. In transition, here come the Warriors. And then Porter with the dunk.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Here's Peterson. Coming in off 21 points in his last outing. Puts up a 3. Podziemski grabs the board.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Nets trail by 7. Thomas with the ball. Now Podziemski defending. Pass to Wells. From outside the arc. Misses his 4th shot of the night. Still hasn't hit one yet.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Kick out to Brown. Left side Porter. Outside Porter. Shot clock at 5. Brown, a screen on Thomas. Here's Podziemski. They grab their own miss. Porter looks it over. Pass to Huff. And stolen by Claxton. And now the Nets on the break. Oh, there's the alley. Offensive board. Claxton a screen on Porter. Here's Wells. It's deflected. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Here's Podziemski. That one drops, and it comes off an assist from Porter. Podziemski's got 7 points in the game. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors?
Well, their length and anticipation reflected in their shot blocking totals, making the extra effort to close things out.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. You seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Nice. Very, very nice.
Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings? You take a look at Brooklyn. They've put together the 6th best record in the conference.
I think for the Nets, what's impressive is they've reached much of their potential this year. The big question, though, people are asking is, do they have what it takes to become a front runner?
They still had enough players take positive steps forward to call this season a success. Maybe they're not at the top of the standings where they'd hope they'd be, but they're in really good position in terms of the playoff picture.
Now here's Porter. He's got 9. Pass to Huff. Fades away. Basket's good. And now an 11-point Warrior lead.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Brooklyn shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Shooting for Brooklyn. Peterson at the line.
And he drops it first. Hey, Grant, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day? Now here's Porter. Not a lot of room. Marketed from long range. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter. Porter's got his 3rd assist of the night. Nets trail by 13. Here's Wells. Coming off a terrific game against Minnesota. Thomas outside. Clock at 6. There's a screen. And the three-pointer goes. Thomas has gotten a 2nd bucket on the night.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Juzang. He's off on that one. Ooh, great D that time from Dunn. Pass to Wells. Dunn outside. From downtown. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Outside Porter. Hey, now 5 for 8. Shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Here's Wells. He's guarded by Porter. Looking to end this cold spell. Wells, that's good.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Back to the game after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Now, what do you guys think about the Warriors here in this one?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Scoot Henderson out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Gray in at power forward. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Pass to Juzang. Takes the 3. And it's hauled in by Gray. Nets trail by 7. Thomas with the ball. Dunn outside. Back to Thomas. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Thomas has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
With the utmost belief in his game, he's able to beat opponents in a number of ways.
Pass to Porter. Brooklyn pulls it in. They want to keep rolling here following a win against Minnesota.
Oh my, talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them. They were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
Impressive to see them on the road just step up and have that kind of offensive performance.
Here's Juzang. No points yet. Markkanen from long range. And the Warriors miss again.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
Henderson misses. The Warriors have got none of their first 3 shots to fall so far in the second. And Brent Scoot Henderson spending 2 years with G League Ignite, the 2nd overall pick in 2023.
Yeah, and Scoot not the first Ignite player to go very high up in the NBA draft. You think about Jalen Green with the Rockets, but an extra year in the G League, committed to staying there and developing his game. I think that helped him in terms of his maturity, and still the sky is the limit for this kid.
Gay's checked in for the Warriors.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. Brooklyn shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
At the line, shooting.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Pass to Juzang. Here's Gay. Now Markkanen. 8 points in his last time out. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Porter. And he lays it up and in. Porter's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Wells. He's a tough guy to check, averaging almost 28 points a game. Here's Thomas for 3. The rebound by Markkanen.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And here's Porter. They set the pick. With the drive. And score it. That now makes him 7 for 11 in this game.
The name of the game isn't scoring, it's scoring efficiency.
Nets trail by 5. Pass to Gray. Now Thomas. Tries it from 19. Porter pulls it in. The Warriors lead by 5. To the middle. Here's Gay. Brooklyn pulls it in.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Dunn right side. Pass to Wells. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Well, Brent, something we've all noticed lately is the small ball era starting to wind down.
Well, B.A., I think in people's minds when you say small ball, they're thinking about 6'1" guys on the court. That's not what we're talking about. It's a skilled game, and I don't think the small ball skilled game is going anywhere anytime soon.
Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Peterson comes in for Gray. Now here's Porter. 17 points in the game. Pass to Branham. The three. Claxton with a rebound. Nets trail by 3. Down low. Here's Dunn. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Now here's Porter. He's averaging 35 and a half a game. Excellent production. Count it. Porter's got 8 points in the quarter. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. Pass to Dunn. And he dunks it down.
Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
Here we go. Brooklyn Zone. Team Fight.
And the latest update on All-Star voting. Not much time left. Only a couple more days to cast your ballot.
Oh, it's coming down to the wire. Some of these players are sweating it out.
Well, you look at Henderson. He's racked up a nice share of votes. But there are still a few players ahead of him in the East.
Well, it's a loaded East this season. So many guys in the mix for a spot on the All-Star team. He's absolutely one of them.
We'll be sure to update you as we continue to get results. Now here's Porter. 11 points for him last game against Philadelphia. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Branham. Brooklyn pulls it in. Claxton's got 4 rebounds now. Now here's Thomas. Defense is right there. Sinks that one. Now shooting 5 of 10 and looking sharp. Golden State has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Branham passes to Porter. He takes it in. Pass to Huff. Pulls it. And again, no good by Golden State. Brooklyn has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Murray's checked in for Dunn. Brown, he's checked in for the Warriors. Pajimski comes in for Branham. Seems like this offense is being executed the way it was designed.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach couldn't be happier with the results.
Now here's Thomas. And let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Monday, the Los Angeles Clippers come to town. And then on Thursday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks.
One way you could look at this difficult stretch against some of the best in the league, it's a tremendous chance to prove to the league just how good your team is. It could provide a huge statement.
Here's Porter. He's got 19. Pass to Pajimski. Back to Porter. It's tipped.
That's where Murray's length comes into play. Tremendous advantage.
Here's Wells. He's guarded by Porter. Rejected by Brown. Now here's Porter. And the layup falls. Porter's got 10 points in the quarter.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Thomas outside from behind the arc. Hits a three-pointer. Thomas has got 17 points.
Pretty much poor defensive effort there. You have to get a hand in his face when he's spotting up from distance.
Huff, the pass to Porter. And here's Pajimski. Pass to Huff. Wide open look. Count it. Good. Huff's got his second bucket of the night.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Thomas with the ball. Here's Peterson. He's got 5. Now Claxton. And here's Thomas from the arc. Porter pulls it in. And so Porter will bring it up for Golden State. Next up, they'll face the Hawks in Atlanta. That'll be the 5th of 7.
Yes, sir!
Oh!
That's what you tune in for right there. Wow.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just...
And so it's the Golden State Warriors, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Greetings. First off, some updates for you as we take a look at our all-star voting totals.
Man, we've talked about it so much, hard to believe we're almost an all-star weekend.
I'm interested to see which new faces make it this year. This first all-star game for a player really memorable. And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the Golden State Warriors.
When you take care of the boards, usually things turn out well, unless you're getting shot out the gym.
Which hasn't happened yet.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Here's Wells. Kicking off the second half. Here's Steve Kerr's 5. We've got Brandon Podziemski, and it's Huff in at the center position. Pass to Peterson. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 4 rebounds in the game. Outside Podziemski for 3. Peterson with a rebound. Peterson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the paint. Here's Murray. Warriors with the rebound. Huff's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside Porter. There's a screen. Outside Brown. Porter with a screen on Claxton. Brown no good. And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Dunn, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And now we have a minute here to take a look at which teams are playing the toughest defense. The Warriors, number 1.
And this D has been completely dominant. Fewest points per game allowed in the league. These guys are talented. They trust each other. They work together. And you just won't find better coaching on the defensive end of the floor.
Nets trail by 8. Henderson, right side. Ooh, had a nice open look right there. Here's Porter. Give him 23. Oh, Brent, when it comes to Scoot Henderson, his mobility alone causes problems.
No doubt about his explosiveness, BA, being one of the things he uses as a weapon. So if he gets confidence in that outside shot, people start pressing up on him. You're going to see that quick first step and Scoot Henderson getting to the rim and becoming more impactful offensively.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Wells. Henderson against Porter. Claxton a screen on Porter. Henderson for three. Hits the trifecta. Henderson's got 5 points now this quarter.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
The drive by Porter. The three. The shot by Podziemski, no good.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Huff's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Podziemski. Outside Porter. Back to Podziemski. This one for 3. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter. Porter's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys. 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
Now here's Claxton. The D's right on him. And there's the screen. Here's Peterson. Off target from outside.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way. Yes, sir!
Oh, my!
Throw that one up top.
Oh, what a play. Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Henderson scanning the floor. Nails it from beyond the arc. Henderson's got 8 points in the quarter.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. I got burned on that one.
So the Nets making a switch here. Murray's checked in.
Coming up on the floor for your Nets.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. And let's go to the sidelines for an update on Keegan Murray's injury.
Hey there, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for the Nets. A bruised tailbone is what he's saying. Nothing too serious, but definitely a pain in the you-know-what. And just like that, he's right back out there. That's some toughness. I'm sure you guys can appreciate that.
Well, and Allie, it appears that he needs some work done before he comes back to this one.
And we all know that if it's something he can play through, he'll be back, no doubt.
Lets it go from deep. Porter pulls it in.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Porter with it. He's got 25. No good on the triple.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Peterson, that one's good.
In full-on catch-up mode. They're raining threes right now.
The Warriors lead by 8. Outside Podziemski. Pass to Porter. Back to Podziemski. Fires for 3. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got rebound number 8 now. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will have it.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Dunn, he's checked in for Murray. Branham's checked in for the Warriors. The Warriors have gone 4 of 9 in the third quarter. Pass to Huff. Outside Porter. Outside Porter. Here's Huff. 6 to shoot. Here's Branham. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And nice to see Michael Porter Jr. making the decision to share some of the offensive load and not force it.
Pass to Wells. Dunn outside. Now here's Henderson. No one near him. Huff pulls it in. Huff's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Branham. Outside Porter. Three-pointer. Brooklyn pulls it in. Pass to Wells. And down it goes. 2 points. Wells has got 10.
Plays like that, so easy for him.
From 11 feet away, the shot by Podziemski, no good. Nets trail by 8. Now done. 7 points in the game. Here's Henderson. And the bucket is good. Henderson's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Pass to Porter. Driving in. Out left to the wing. They set the screen. Branham passes to Porter. Here's up. Here's the three. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter. Porter's got 7 assists in the game.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance. Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. The Warriors lead by 7. Porter looks it over. Up top, Porter. Back to Porter. Up and over done. Porter gets the bucket. And the Warriors lead by 9.
And Porter with good focus just to find some room in the mid-range.
There's a screen. Inside. Here's Wells. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. He's got 12.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Now here's Podziemski, defended by Henderson. The drive by Porter. Here's Podziemski. No good from outside. Nets trail by 7. And here's Henderson. He's got 10. Pass to Wells. Yep, that one's good. Wells has got 6 here in the quarter.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Here's Huff. Outside Porter. Up top Podziemski. Outside Porter. Back to Podziemski. And there's a pick. Over Henderson. That one's wide left. Brooklyn has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. The three is up. Sinks it from distance. Now just a 2-point Warrior lead.
He can be just lethal from the perimeter. Even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter, will that make right there? That could change things.
Pass to Porter. On the take. 4-3. Knocks down the long J. Podziemski's got 30.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So both teams making some changes here. Over the past month, these small forwards have really... Well, the Nets shooting around 51%. That's a good number. We've got Henderson. He's out there with Cam Thomas. And it's done in at the 3 spot. So that's the Nets 5. Henderson misses.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And then Porter with the dunk.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
Pass to Gray. Henderson with it. Clock at 6. Now Thomas. 18 feet out. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Thomas has got 21.
They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team, just fighting tonight.
Porter from outside. They set the pick. Driving inside. And then Porter with the dunk.
Oh, my! That's why we had those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. Now here's Thomas. Dunn outside. Pass to Gray. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And what a comeback. Do they have enough left to maintain this energy and get the win?
This is a testament to this team's fortitude, never giving up. Folks, we've got a new ball game.
It's Markkanen on the wing. And here's Porter outside. Buries it from 3. Porter's got 32 points in the game.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
Right wing. Here's Henderson. Lays it up and banks it in.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Porter, the pass to Stevenson. Markkanen left side. Outside Porter. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Dunn outside. Jacks up a 3. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the paint. Thomas with a double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Pass to Juzang. 5 to shoot. Launches it from deep. And it's hauled in by Gray.
Trying to close out. You got to know who's hot and who's not.
To the middle. And stolen by Markkanen. Here's Juzang. Defended by Dunn. Porter with it. Stevenson with a screen on Thomas. The drive by Porter. Stevenson. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter. Stevenson's got his first 2 points. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
Another part of the credit has to go to what they did on the inside, blocking shots. I mean, super scrappy defensively and just affecting a lot of the opportunities that their opponents were putting up.
Porter, the pass to Markkanen. Here's Juzang. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
So the Nets making a switch here. Peterson's checked in. And Golden State also making a switch. Porter Jr., he's checked in for Stevenson. Thomas, that's good.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but it gets close. he's getting the ball.
And it's Henderson with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Trailing by 4. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Henderson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just a bad time for a defensive breakdown, and he really took advantage.
You might see this in the early part of the game, but at this stage in the game, that's just really something unacceptable. He's a great mid-range scorer.
Markkanen with a screen on Henderson. 5 on the clock. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Nets have gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the fourth. No good. That would have tied it. Golden State has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Outside for Porter. No good with the triple. Well, the Nets shooting a terrific 56% so far in the fourth quarter. Back to Thomas. Back to Henderson. To the left side wing. Here's Peterson. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Warriors leading. Now Porter. Markkanen with a screen on Henderson. Outside for Porter. Markkanen sets a screen. Juzang fires in the triple. And the Warriors lead by 5.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
Henderson, right side. Look it again. 7 for 12 and going at the defense.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Outside Porter. Marking it inside. Outside Porter. Launches it. Juzang, no good.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for them.
Pass to Gray. Over to the left wing. Down low. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Markkanen with it. And here's Porter. Takes a three. Rebound Brooklyn. Gray's got 4 rebounds in the game. Thomas outside. And the layup is good. Thomas has got 25 points in the game.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Pass to Markkanen. Outside Porter. Henderson against Porter. Back to Porter. Porter a screen. Shoots. Rebounded by the Nets. Peterson's got 9 rebounds now. Now Henderson. There's the 3. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got rebound number 7 tonight. To win the drought. And then Porter with the dunk.
Get up there, young fella. Sometimes as a point guard, you got to take it yourself.
Well, it's okay to be selfish when you can flush it like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. There you respect the decision-making from him out there.
And the Warriors make some changes. Huff's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Brown comes in for Juzang. And Podziemski subbed in for Branham. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Jordi Fernandez's huddle. He emphasized staying sharp the rest of the way, saying turnovers will kill us. We can close this gap if we take care of the ball. Don't try and overdo it. Let's send it back to you guys, Brian.
Okay, thank you, Allie. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Brooklyn.
The fearlessness they've shown going strong inside has been impressive. The defense hasn't been very effective against them.
And I feel like there's been an old school aspect to what they've done tonight, and that is pounding the ball inside, getting it down low, getting those looks in close. That's been effective.
Porter's shot is off.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
And that one's good.
This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
Warriors trail by 4. And there's the drive. And then Porter with the dunk.
Hey, they really needed that one. Big time move inside.
Seemed extremely focused on that hoop the whole way. You could see it in his eyes. Was not going to be denied.
Henderson against Porter. Oh, deflected. Shot's good by Henderson. Henderson's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Here's Porter, and then Porter with the dunk.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, well, I would settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
The open shot, Henderson. Henderson with another miss.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Here's Porter. Brooklyn pulls it in. 1:19 left to play in the fourth. Here's Henderson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Henderson's got 22 points.
No, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
The drive by Porter. And then Porter with the dunk.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. Here's Henderson. No good with a layup. And so Porter will bring it up for the Warriors. To tie it up. And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn.
Wow. That takes steady nerves right there.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
There's 31 seconds left in the fourth. To the inside. Up. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Nick Claxton. Good on the first. And that narrows the lead down to just 3. Falls, so he hits both of them.
Hey, a steady hand at the line in a tough situation. He narrows it to a one-possession game.
And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
And a second look at that rejection, taking no prisoners on defense there.
Oh, terrific defensive intensity right there. Getting stops like that is crucial for them right now.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Shooting 2. Henderson.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Perfect from the line. It's now a 2-possession game.
Golden State calls timeout. They're behind by 4. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
It's funny, at this point in the game, the coach is asking the team to be perfect. They haven't been to this point.
Pass to Podziemski. On the wing, Porter. Pulls it from the corner. He can't hit that time. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Henderson at the line 2 times.
He gets the first, and that puts him up 5. And so both free throws good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game is coming through.
Timeout called, the Warriors. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
The game's not quite done yet, but they need points right away.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Porter outside. Laces one from 3.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 5-point game. A deep 3. Off on that one. So we see Brooklyn get the win here. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
NBA, they showed their character when it mattered most, sending those fans home happy.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Brent Barry, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching tonight's game. And now our player of the game.